It's nice we meet again on a black canvas. It's sad, isn't it? Why we use a black canvas? You know, I always thought I was the first one what invented the idea to paint on a black canvas. But then when I looked up on the other artist, Rembrandt, long, long ago, he painted on a black canvas. And I said, why the devil? No, see, there is something, and I tell you, as more you paint, as longer you paint, as more hungry you are for light. Because all the paint made never will give us daylight. That means we have to create the illusion, an optic illusion. As darker you will have it, as lighter the light will show. So now you know the idea why I use a black canvas. I want it as dark as possible. I still think when I have a black canvas, then I cut down on light colors. And then I will show you more light. And how I arrived there, I use black latex. Black latex is the best. Paint your canvas with black latex and let it dry, and then on a dry canvas you fire in. Now it depends on what subject you want. In this case, I thought I will paint a very simple thing today, but it will be a good teacher. Lots of imagination, creative power, you know, copying. Every kid can copy something. But I want you to learn this: you become the creator. You are next to God. And whatever you put on the canvas, that's original. That is one of your almighty little dream what you had home. In this case, I want to paint water lilies. Water lilies, they have all kinds of water lilies and all kinds of names. And usually you look up on all kinds of that stuff, alligator bonnets. You know, it's a lily pad too. And I would say I want to paint that they have a different, the water lily itself it stands up more. The other water lilies, they are flat or in different colors. But the alligator bonnet will stand up a bit more. And that's what I thought I will paint that one. Now, how did I look? I have a black canvas, and I want to really the the flat countries where you have the marshes, and I use sap green. Take a look here. On Stat Magic White, I will use sap green. And sap green, you can see already when I pull it off, it is transparent. Can you see? You can see the palette here on the side too. So we will put that sap green on the whole canvas now. Because the swamps are green, muddy, and whatever. And you see when I have that green on, and don't put too much on this, you can really make it tacky, and as long as the whole canvas is covered with that almighty sap green. So that, but otherwise on Stat Magic White, I use sap green. Hey, nice. Fire it on. Put yourself in almighty mood. Think you are floating in those, between those water lilies or the alligator bonnets. Watch the alligators. Oh, that's nice. But you see, what I aim for, almighty punch. No, we will go on soon. I'm finished with this. It takes a little while to get it on right. I should have done it maybe right before, but when we want to teach, we should do the whole thing right, just to understand the whole process. So with other words, the black canvas, and I aim for green, I use transparent sap green. Sap green is actually transparent anyway, so it makes it easy. See, now here everything is fine. See, go up and down, horizontal, vertical. See, now I really, yeah, obviously you can see the little bumps there. Make sure you have it nice and even. Then you really get all the water. Have to get that water nice. It has to come forward. But if it is not all covered right, then you have trouble. Make sure your canvas is covered from top to bottom. See? And when you do it like this, then you feel the bumps. You feel it right on your brush. There you are. If they're here on, just push it off. That's all. Good. Now, I make myself a horizon line. I would say, I will use the middle roughly. That's good enough. Or I can go below the middle would be maybe better. But I like to use phthalo green. See? A little touch of phthalo green. Can you see it here? The way I take it off, it's the same transparent, and it's a little bit darker, but more powerful. You see, look in the middle, it gets darker some way. See? I need it dark. I want it far away, and as darker I get it there. Now it is already so dark, but this makes it darker. See? Look at that. Don't forget now, I use phthalo green. See? You can see it here on the palette. That is a sap green, and when you pull it off, see here, it's transparent. When I pull this off, you see, it's transparent. Good. Now we know exactly what we are doing. Now comes the subject. Good. I will imagine far away little details. Will use my knife, and a touch of white goes along. You see, on that dark canvas, white on white, nothing on nothing is nothing. But on this dark, that white shows a mile. But I will use a touch of white and a touch of yellow and a little touch of any red. See? I don't want it too bright. That's too red now. Maybe a bit more white. Something like this color. It's hard to explain that color because it's off-white. That's more what I like. Now, I would say here is the horizon line. It's the thin water lines. See, thin water lines. Thin water lines coming forward. I don't know if you see it. See, it's just wider. And have it like in the middle. There's a punch. It is not too good to spread it out all the way through. Lead it right to the middle. See, and by having that sap green, now this color turns a light green, but little bit with the reddish tone. Can you see? See, and make it small in the back and come wider. See, wider here, and wider here, and wider here, and wider here. See, now you are there. Now use that big brush again. I wouldn't even clean the brush. It's all paint on, and follow the lines. See, I want to destroy it. I want to have it in the back darker and let it come lighter. Lighter. See, when I touch it, watch. See, it disappears and I pull the lines. You pull the lines long. Already it looks like there's water coming forwards. It's up to you how you want to do it now. But this is the idea. Have it very little in perspective. It gets bigger, 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 bigger. And then you think that's water. It's an optic illusion, but it's fantastic. We still have a flat canvas, and all of a sudden I show kind of a water movement. Now, what's in the background? We imagine. I would say, I would say there is a. I might use a little brush there. I just want to dawn it in, maybe a touch of this red and white. You see how I take it off, and I would say behind there. Oh, yeah, there's a big tree standing there, disappearing here. Bigger one, this big, but crooked. Let it reflect in the water there. See? Maybe here a little bit, but that's just, let it just dawn. Dawn, there is something. You hear something crooked there. And that's all going with the wind, going with the wind. Good, good, good. See, use your big brush again. Watch. See how it disappears? Nice. Just that bit dawns there. This is kind of a. See? Now I will use my 1-inch brush, and I will thank there are big trees on the side, and the grout, all the the grout is hanging into the water. Let's hang it in. I will use white here, see, and a touch of yellow, and the green is already on the canvas. See, and now and have a loose brush. See, as loose. Can you see as loose as possible? There, and I will hang it in there. Hang in, friend, hang in. See? Let it disappear in yonder. Can you see something is hanging in the water? And you can hang it, watch. You can hang it in to a point where it tickles the water. This and then you can reflect it back as a reflection in the water, you see? There. That's higher up to one point. But this one hangs nice in there. And maybe the other one is hanging down up there. See, and the brush will do a fantastic job if you use a dry paint. See, now you can see already the feeling of something is hanging from the side. The big trees are right on the side here. I don't want to paint them. I just like to hang it in like this. Maybe here something. And always that touch, you see that little touch so that it looks like maybe here there's always something hanging into the water. Something's hanging into the water. Maybe here let it all come down. See in the middle I do. Can you see the beautiful touches you have? It looks like little bells hanging down. And then let it disappear, It goes around there, disappears, whatever it comes around, and pull it forwards like that. See? I think that's a good lesson. You never know where you really could use it sometime. Let's just hang down here too a little bit. So a double one. Maybe here, we hang one down this way. See, just make it so. Aim for a punch. I want to have in the middle that almighty punch. That there. I don't care too much what's going on there, what's going on up there, as long as you really. Overloading is not good either. Maybe here far away a little bit. And I will show you how you make it far away later on. See, now it shows the yellow very much. Maybe here's one hanging in there. See, as harder you hit, as louder it is. Here I hit harder and it hangs in like this. See, let it go out there. Let's go out there. whatever. There you just dance it in, so your nose is full of green hanging into that water. See, now you can have a little bit of a. I dim it down. You see, by just touching it this way with the. It's just the see the brush. I have never cleaned that brush. The brush is still wet, full of that paint when I started off. See, just touch it and it turns more green actually. See, here and sometimes it's just a mark and see when you and go from the top down and let it be lighter, lighter, lighter. See here, I won't worry too much. Here, here is this. It's just a figure of whatever, and then you cut it down here and get light, bigger, 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 bigger. So that's it. That is it. That's it. Now you can see that in your own mind, there are trees around and they all hang into the water. And now I will get the idea about those water lilies. I will use white, touch of white, and a touch of yellow. And I would think there is a water lily patch. See? Nice. Just use your brush the way it is and put it in whatever you think. Here far away a little bit. And small come bigger, bigger. See, maybe here's one. Here is one. Can you see how you get perspective in? It's wonderful. It's so simple. That's what I want to show you. The simplest things sometimes can be so powerful if you pull the power together to one almighty punch. And I will show you how I put the almighty punch right in, in one spot, and the whole painting is built on that. You can dream all kinds of things. So actually, if I had more time, my problem is always when I go on TV, I have to get those couple minutes they give me, I have to be happy with them. You can put the frog on, dragonflies. Oh, there's so many things. You can have a little wind blown and you let the water lily flap up. You know, this one end is flapped up and you see it sometimes, they flap over. I just tell you that if I had time, I would do all kinds of things. Maybe one day they give me time. So that's fine. See, here in front, I will use a bit extra white and give them that white rim there. See? And then let it disappear. Here's something, and here's something. Is she or isn't she? Yeah, as long as you have it very powerful in the front. Maybe we make this water line into a lily pad. Because it's so nice, it's just right there. And that's a big one right there. See? Look at that. Good. See? Then you can still show a little bit of a... The wind has blown this way and turned all the water. Usually the wind turns the leaves. Then you see they're all hanging this way. Now I will use a smaller brush, if I can. Maybe a little fan brush will be good too. And I will have a thinner white here and white there, and I will put a little rim around there, you see? See? That little bit of a rim here and there. See? And over here too. See? No, you hang in a water lily there. And this one, this particular one I paint, it's a kind of a standing one. See? Can you see now all of a sudden that water lily brings a big punch into the canvas. That white is exceptionally bright here for the black canvas. If I had a light canvas, it never would show like that. You see, now here we will create a little reflection, run in the water there. See? And look how that all of a sudden punches out. Then we will have, that is the big one right in front. Maybe we have here one, but it's far away. It's just there. Can you see the difference between distance? If you learn to paint distance, this is a wonderful thing to learn to paint fence posts. When you have the fence posts going into the land, or you have a city street, and you have the houses getting smaller, 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 disappearing yonder. Learn that. I just had a class last week, and the main thing was we talked about how I know perspective, how I know distance, how I get it in. See, this is quite a big question. And I tell you, as more you paint, as more common sense shows you all of a sudden. You know, I paint a tree, I'm sorry. And you have a swing, you have a tree there with big branches, and you put a swing on. And then you put the kid in the swing, and then you know exactly the size of the swing, the size of the kid, the size of the chain hanging down, and the size of the branches. There's certain things your eyes tells you already, or by seeing it, it tells you that is common sense. See, when I paint a house as a sample, people coming out of that house, then I paint the house with the door and the windows, and then the people have to go into that door. You see the idea, how you should find your perspective. Then the people from the door on, everyone has to go to that door. I cannot paint people on that door bigger. They all have to be that size. But from then on, the people getting bigger, bigger, bigger as they go in the front. You see, as they go off the house, put it this way. See, and if you learn that, then you can see here the same thing. See, here I just have a little, my eyes tell me already, that's the size I can do there. See? Maybe here's one, but see, that's just the dawning. So this is the dawning of something. Now you can see, they're all the same size, but as they're getting further, they disappear, disappear, and disappear. See, this one I will really reflect in the water here, what I see, and then we make water out of that. I need a nice dry brush. First I hypnotize the whole thing a little bit. You see, by here, all the lines, even the lines on the water lilies, they become, and here you just make it water underneath. Can you see? All of a sudden that underneath looks like water. Maybe it was too thick. Push it down a little bit more. See what I did? I just push it down a little bit more. So then I have the size. And then you go over again. You see, can you see this now? Then this little stroke makes water all of a sudden. Now you think you have water. See, this comes down, and from here on it should be water. But watch what I do here. Now all of a sudden by doing this, that means from here on it looks like water, and it reflects in the water. Maybe I should show you that again. This tickles the water here. It hits the water there. Okay. See? And now from here on, I put a reflector. It's only reflecting in the water. But this I don't touch. But this I will touch. See? This I will touch like this. You see? Now it looks like it's reflecting into the water. Then I use the magic white, and I will put the line underneath. Look what happened then. See, soon I put this on. This gives you that little bit of movement there. And the same is here, where little bit of a wind gives you a little bit of a ticklish water movement there, you see? I think that was a good teaching, that was a good learning idea. See, then you can reflect in whatever you want. But I really, really wish maybe you should help me too. If you would write in and tell those guys, give them 1 hour. And I would always like to see other show sing along with Bill, that you can paint along with me. So I have a lot of people asking me. I put my easel up, and before I start, you already finish. And I thought, if I get the hour, it's up to you now. It is public. If you want it, phone in and tell them. I think it would be a wonderful show where I can say, I put my easel up, you are ready, and we put the magic right on, or whatever we like, in this case, the green on. But in that case, I would put the painting in the background. And then you see already what should be painted, and I tell you, we all will be happy, and we all will love each other, and we get the better world of art and painting and creating. You see? Okay, this is all I could show you today. But you can see that nice almighty punch? So it is all right, isn't it? That was all. I thank you for watching me, and I love you.